black or white, male or female, rich or poor, gay or straight. What's the difference? Number 14 and number 41 are on a mission to improve the unity of the world, one person at a time. Welcome to the 14 and 41 Unity Show.
Hello, I'm Alexis Hornbuckle, number 14.
And I'm Matt Gersper, number 41.
And I am Freddy Jackson, number 4. And we are all different, but made of the same stuff.
Oh boy, I'm so excited to be here today. I first had the idea for Retired Athletes for Radical Unity nearly 4 years ago, deep in the woods of North Carolina. And so first I want to thank WITV7.org for hosting this show. And if you like the programming that you're about to hear, please donate. That's how we keep these shows going. And I'm super, super excited to have as our first guest, Freddy Jackson. And so Freddy, would you just tell the folks a little bit about yourself, who you are, what your journey's been to get to this place today, and what you're currently up to?
All right, so I am the founder of the Love No Ego Foundation. It's a nonprofit that works with kids, and in a nutshell, we pretty much help them live from that love space, bring awareness to the ego and how it may be limiting their decisions, their entire life in whole. And we take that philosophy of love, no ego. We motivate, encourage, inspire them, show them how to live from that space through motivational speaking, mentoring, youth workshops, and youth athletic training. I am a author, I'm a mentor, I'm a personal trainer, and of course, again, the founder of the Love No Ego Foundation. And just a love of life, man. And how did I get here? You know, I'm a former college athlete. I love fitness and wellness and just that whole idea of just empowering oneself and sharing that with others. I'm a country boy. You know, I grew up in a small town in Virginia. Got to travel all over the country, a little bit out of the world, out of the country internationally. And I'm back here now in Virginia running this nonprofit, doing purposeful work, helping others, being a mentor and being a mentee at the same time. So I'm just loving life, man. It's great.
What was the catalyst that got you into doing a nonprofit, especially, you know, one called Love No Ego?
Well, you know, I think I'm a firm believer when you speak on something, you know, you had to have had experienced that thing or parts of that thing. So my own epiphanies, man, like just realizing the decisions that I was making and living and the mistakes that I made, living from my ego, how the ego kind of got in the way and blocked miracles and blessings and opportunities. You know, the way we treat each other as humans, the makeup of the world, of the politics, the political climate of the country. For me, you know, I'm human first. So all that has always been ridiculous to me. You know, like I don't understand. I get it, but I just don't like when the categories and the subdivisions of life override being human. So my own epiphanies, the political climate of the country, the way we treat each other as humans, all of it, the way that, like say, for example, I love sports. I didn't like the way sports was going. I like music. I love music. I didn't like the music industry. Everything was ego driven. And I just saw a need for more love, less ego. And it just came to me like that.
Was there a catalyst that, I mean, one moment you're living from your ego and then the next minute you realize, wait a second, this isn't the right, was there something that happened in your life that caused
a couple of things happened, but I felt like I've always been living it, even when I didn't know I was living the Love No Ego life, you know. But struggles after struggles with relationships, with intimate relationships, just not having that understanding and that communication, and the ego being in the way of blocking the fruition and the miraculous moments of being in a relationship. You know, the ego was in the way and kind of blocking those things. Like, you know, relationships wouldn't last. Basketball, for example, in sports, I would let I became, one particular incident, I became more concerned with being on the front page than I did with playing the sport I love, to give you an example. So I was more in love with the fame side of it and being recognized and progressing myself. I was playing for the name on the back of the jersey and not the name on the front, you understand? So a lot of moments, man, a lot of moments. So to put me in this space that I am now, you know, I'm very grateful that I did have those moments, you know. I'm able to speak and I'm able to inspire in a different way and how the youth kind of see their natural gifts, you know, and also become aware of the ego and how it may be limiting those natural gifts.
Yeah. So I have a question for you, Freddie, since this is my first time meeting you. Nice to meet you, by the way. What was your initial response when Matt told you about RAFRU? And then also, like, what do you think about like our website and our team gear? And what are your hopes by sharing your particular Unity story?
You know, like when he first told me, you know, I was super excited. I'm super excited right now. Like this is, I don't want to call it easy work or easy, you know, it's really comfortable to talk about. It's really, its purpose is very like purposeful.
Right.
But, you know, we have an opportunity to combat all the things that's going on in the world. You know, the world's a hot mess. And so it's a great thing. It's great people. It's a great story. And it has a great purpose. It's bringing people together and it's actually promoting a message of unity and showing that, you know, like there are great stories out here and these stories show that we actually need each other as humans. Like everything I've ever learned, good or bad, came from another person, right? So we actually need each other to progress. You have to be the mentor, you have to be the mentee. So when he came with this idea, I was like, yeah, no problem. I think I had my essay ready the same day. Like it was ready to go.
It was easy, huh? Well, thank you for joining our mission to improve the Unity one person at a time. We really do appreciate it, and we need like-minded individuals to continue to help us because like you said, you definitely, especially as athletes, we're all former athletes, like we're used to team environment. We're used to not only holding our own, but also uplifting others and being uplifted. So thank you again.
You're welcome. And I love the website. I love the logo. I love everything about it. You know, I can't wait to be a part of it and rock some of the gear and just talk about it and share it, you know?
Right on. So if you're listening, what we're doing at Retired Athletes for Radical Unity is not trying to boil the ocean and solve every problem that there is going on in the world, but rather just simply share retired athletes' unity stories about their lives, about how unity was the focus in their athletic life, not the divisiveness of race or economic status or not differences. It was about unity and teammates, not differences. And so Freddie submitted, he's our first story that's going to be published besides Alexis's and mine. And his is titled, We're Pioneers, Race Didn't Matter. And so Freddie, I have two questions for you. Give the listeners the highlights of your story, but just enough so they'll rush to our website, rafru.com, and want to read it immediately following the show. And tell us the number one or number two message that you hope to convey to anybody who reads it. And then number two, what has been your experience since you started thinking about writing it and then actually putting pen to paper and now thinking about it, about those days at Point Park University back in 2000 with what you called the most diverse group of young male athletes ever in school history?
Yeah. So the readers, the viewers, they have to go and read this story because this unity story, because imagine individuals, athletes coming together from all different areas of the world, not just the country. I'm talking Macedonia, Africa, Country Boy, Virginia, City Slicker, Chi-Town, Chicago, Tennessee, like all this stuff coming together, right? And all of us were transfers at that. Woo! Coming from D1 schools, you know, hey, a little bit may have a little bit of ego to deal with, you know, but a lot of egos to deal with. But we came together for a greater cause, for a greater purpose, and some wonderful, wonderful, magical, monumental things happened and occurred that we are still celebrating to this day, 20 years later. You know? So the second part of that question, what was that, Matt?
So I asked you if you'd write an essay. You thought about it, you wrote about it, and now it exists and it's about to be published. What have you thought about it since then? How has it affected your life and your spirit since then?
Well, I actually told one of my friends about it last night, who's in Arizona, who was a part of that, not that team, but he kind of came on as a practice guy from time to time, a couple semesters. But I told him about it last night, and we got to talking about just human and being human. And it got us and got me personally thinking even further, like with this mission of love, no ego, the unity story, this whole purpose of this interview and what you're doing, Matt, and the great things you're doing. It just brought me to a place of gratitude. It has me more thankful. It has me more hopeful, you know, because there are a lot of stories going on just like this. And this is a perfect platform for us in the world to hear about it. So I'm inspired, man. Like, I love it. Like, you know, I just love it. It's great.
That's awesome. I'm getting goosebumps. This is so exciting. I think this is the whole thing we're after, is just sharing how life was and how it can be when we're on the same team and when we're focusing on what brings us together rather than what divides us. Very, very cool, Freddie. Thank you. We're going to take a quick commercial break because we love our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. Mr. Happy Living here. I love good things made by good people. That's why I love Casandrino's oil, made from olives soaked in the Grecian sun for months and picked by hand with care. You'll love it too. Grab a bottle today and get 50% off your first subscription order. Shop the World Wide Web at Casandrinos.com. That's KASANDRINOS.com. Use coupon code HAPPYLIVING50 and I'll donate 15% off every order placed during the month of September to WYTV7.
And we're back. Thank y'all for listening in. I do have a quick question, Freddie. As soon as we pop back, this popped in my head. So how have the lessons that you learned as an athlete, being an athlete, in the particular Unity lessons helped you to become more of a successful person?
Man, are you serious? Like, come on, like perseverance.
Oh yeah.
Dealing with failure, dealing with losing, and winning, competition. Like, whew, that's everything life throws at you. You know, right. You're going to lose some, you're going to win some. You have to learn, you have to grow, you have to be willing to persevere, and you have to like keep going. Like it's as simple as that sounds. Mm-hmm. Like sport, like teach you all of that, like all of that. Building relationships. I've taken everything that I've learned from sports and directly over to life, like completely. I
think every athlete kind of it just happens. It's automatic, right? You can't help it. That's kind of what makes us dive into being athletes. That's kind of what holds us because we're challenged every day. Every day we go to practice, whether it's football, basketball, soccer, whatever, you're in situational things or you're scrimmaging or you're practicing certain plays and you really adapt to learning how to lose. really quickly because you lose a lot of those battles in practice more so than you do to a game. So we always say that, practices are supposed to be harder than the games. The games are the fun part. So it's almost automatic to take every lesson that you walk in daily from being a student athlete and transferring that, and that's really your fuel to success. So I love that smile that just came up on your face as soon as you were like, oh, I can't wait to answer this question.
Well, one comment before we continue on there, Alexis. I think you said you lost more in practice than in games. That's because you played at the University of Tennessee. That's not every athlete's experience.
Oh, my bad.
Wow, incredible.
Very good. Well, Freddie, tell us a cherished story about your teammates that's not in your Unity story.
Ooh. I cherish.
Big memory. One of those funny or
not my Unity story.
it's not there. Something new.
Oh, I have a couple. I have a few I need to choose. So, my good friend, Dexter Young, is from Chicago. Chicago is all basketball. They love some basketball. And he was dealing with some personal issues. He was going through some issues as far as personal development and making the right choices. Where does he want to be? Where does he want to spend his career? And he called us all together. One evening, we met down in the recreational center. And he said he was walking away from the game. He said he's going back to Chicago. He's going to get his life together. He's met his wife and God is calling him. He said he's going back to Chicago. This was probably in the middle, maybe towards the end of the season. About Sweet 16 run, mind you. Go read the story. And we were like, what do you mean? And he walked out, meeting adjourned. And later that day, we saw him in the, not the cafeteria, but one of the spaces that we had for dining. And we all sat together again. And we were talking. And we just simply kept it honest and real with him about commitment, about team, about brotherhood, about respect, about the love. And he was able to see where he was making his decision from. And like a lot of fear was pushing him away into this area, and pushing him away from the game and from us. And he decided to stay. And I think that was a great moment to where we even bonded even more. And if it wasn't for that moment and others like it, we wouldn't have made it to the 360.
Awesome. Now, I'd like you to make a prediction. I want you to think about your 12 teammates and predict who you think will be the first to follow your lead and share their Unity story with us.
Ooh, man. Khalid Loda. 6'10", Morocco, Africa. Big guy, very humble, very human, loves life. Yeah, he'll give it to you.
Awesome.
All right, Freddie. Now we're just going to kind of shift a little bit. I want to throw some rapid fire questions out at you. I mean, I really only want you to take about 3 seconds, maybe 4. I mean, first thing that comes in your head, that's what I want to hear, okay?
Let's do it.
All right. What's your favorite sport and why?
Basketball. I played it all my life.
Okay. Who was your role model growing up?
My mom.
What was your favorite place? Where is your favorite place in the world?
In nature, next to water.
Nature, water. All right. What's your favorite movie of all time?
John Q.
Oh, love it. If you could spend one day with any person in history, who would it be?
Just one?
Just one. Just one.
Just one?
Come on, man.
Dead or alive? Dead or alive?
Okay. All right.
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. Dead or alive. One person. Countdown.
Tupac.
Ooh, tough.
Can I say why?
Of course. Why? Tell me why.
You know, he's that wild, caring, humble Gemini. He can make you laugh. He can make you cry. He can make you hit. Like, he has a lot, and he was only 25, and he did so much.
Yeah, that's true. He was deep. That was a good one. All right, what's the best day of your life? And it can't be like a wedding day or the day your kids were born. It has to be like something that's non-personal.
Oh, it can't be personal. Best day of my life.
Oh, making you think on this one, huh?
Tough. Because I can't say wedding day. I can't say anything like that.
Nope.
Give me a countdown.
I'm gonna give you 10 on this one because it is a little tougher. You ready?
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
When I got the notification from IRS that Love No Ego was officially a 501c3.
Hey, won't he do it? What's your most memorable sports moment?
Ooh. When I dunked on this one guy.
How tall?
The first time I dunked on him in a game. Oof.
Taking you back, huh? You thinking about it right now?
It was one of those Derrick Rose alley-oop caught ones, you know? And my teammates didn't even know I was going to do that. Like, what? Ooh.
You gotta love those ooh-wee moments is what I call them. Ooh-wee. All right, so what's one thing you wish you had known 10 years ago?
That I already have everything I need to be successful.
And what's your favorite food?
For real. As much as I like to eat, I would say cake.
Everything. You going with cake, man? Oh, man.
Like, I do vegan a lot. I do keto. Like, when I go to church, I have to go all in as far as vegan, as far as keto.
Right.
Mix it up a bit. So, like, I have a cake downstairs right now. I have two of them, actually. So I have to go cake.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I got you, man. I got
Chocolate, vanilla, 2-layer, 1-layer. It don't matter.
Hold on a second. I have a comment. We are not made of all the same stuff. No cake here.
Hey, I just had some cake the other day. I can't say nothing, but I don't eat sweets like that. I will say that. I'm more candy. All right. I think we got time for maybe 2 more questions. So, what is one hope that you have, like, coming into the next 10 years for us as people, as a nation?
You know, I really pray that we develop and get the understanding that, like, really get it on a collective mass bubble, that we are actually all together. What I do affects you. What you do affects me. I know that's a broad thing, but, you know, hey, it's almost 8 billion people in this world. And if over half of us make that pledge, if you want to call it, to practice, to, you know, being the best you wake up today and you be the best you today, tomorrow's going to be fine. Right. And I just pray on that piece, because if we have that peace and we develop that joy that no things can take away from us, then we'll be fine. But we're connected to so much and so many things besides one another. So that's my faith, my practice. I don't use the word hope too much. Okay. Hope is like guessing, but I say faith. It's like I see it, I can practice it, I can be it. So, but yeah.
I got you. I got you. Well, on that note, I'm going to leave you a couple more minutes just for you to kind of share any party marks that you have from joining RAFRU to even about Love No Ego, and just anything that you want our listeners to know or hear or learn.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you guys and shout out to you guys for doing something like this. This is beautiful. This is awesome. It's just good all around and doing good works. Doing good works. I want to put that out there. All the youth, all the people that might see this, doing good works. I say that to the kids that we work with all the time. It might not show up, in an instant gratification manner. You can't do good at 8 and expect to receive the blessing at 8:30. Doing good works. Things that I've done years ago show up today. And voila, blessing, miracles. And I just want to say, if you can get yourself on that natural love frequency, that love space that we all just naturally have, you'll start attracting the things that you need or want or desire into your life. And, Love No Ego Foundation, in a nutshell, that's what we do. We help people get on that frequency, get on that human frequency of being, living in the now, but also thinking about tomorrow and understanding that what I do today, regardless of what I've done in the past, what I do today dictates tomorrow. On my watch says now.
Okay.
Time is always now. I can't get back what I said 2 seconds ago. But if I worry about what I did 2 seconds ago or 10 years ago, the only space that is ever affecting is right now. And if we live on that love space, being human, loving each other, using the tools for what they are, they're tools. And what do you do with tools? You build things, you create things, you tighten things up, you get stuff down, you fix, use the tools for what they are. Man, we're bound for that natural greatness, So thank you guys for having me, honestly, and I'm proud to be a part of it. And I'm the first guest. Check that out.
Right on, Freddy. So we want to let the listeners know you can win a free gift if over the next 2 weeks, Freddy will be responding to your comments, your questions, remarks from all the listeners to the show and readers at the website of his Unity story. It's posted on rafru.com. At the end of those 2 weeks, Freddy's going to pick the person he feels was most impacted or engaged by his story and by this interview. And you're going to win, ready for the reveal? You have a chance to win a RAFRU t-shirt or hoodie. So get engaged, check Freddy out. And that's it for today. So I want to thank you, number 4, and you, number 14. And I want to thank WITV7.org. If you love this programming, please donate what you can when you can. I want to thank you, listeners. Go to rafru.com to find Freddy's Unity story so you can engage with him and win your free RAFRU gear. You'll also find links to websites and social media and all things Freddy Jackson. Find him, friend him, join his Love No Ego Foundation. So for Alexis and Freddy and me, we appreciate you. We thank you for listening. We do what we do here at Retired Athletes for Radical Unity because we want you to feel and spread the unity with us. So till next time, I'm Matt Gersper, and this is 14 and 41, different, but made from the same stuff. Bye, all.